Hey everyone, well, just out on another run, stopped here by the river. So this week we're doing stories from the depths. When I was younger, I used to absolutely hate the water. I wasn't a good swimmer. Would only swim with my head underwater, wouldn't breathe properly. The thought of an ocean or a river being near them, or just the sight of them, would fill me with terror. The deep, the unknown. But as I've got over, actually, I would say just over the last, certainly within the last 10 years or so, swimming's going to be something I really love. I'm not as good as I used to be. Used to do a bit of open water swimming. I'm nowhere near as confident doing that now, but I'm missing being in the pool. So this week, as I say, we've got stories about rivers, the ocean, the monsters, and not so monsters that live there. Last week when I did monsters, I said my favourite monster was the Nakelavee, which is kind of an ocean monster. It's from the Orkney Islands. There's a story about it that goes a man named, some stories he's called Tommy, some stories he's called Tammy. But regardless, he was walking home one night along the shore, sea to one side, freshwater loch to the other, and he saw something coming towards him. It's too big to be a man. It's making a funny noise. Something terrible. He was afraid, but he steeled himself. He kept going. As he drew closer, he saw that it was the Nakelavee, terrible monster. It's like a giant horse, much bigger than a horse. Huge long legs, a single red eye in the centre of its forehead, and around where its legs came out, there were flippers, and on its back, sort of growing out of the middle of its back, was the hideous torso of a human figure. Again, its proportions are all wrong. Huge long arms, huge hands, and a neck and a head far too big for its neck, so the head just lolled from side to side as it walked. That wasn't the worst of it. The Nakelavee has no skin, so you can see the veins and the muscle as it walks. It's a hideous creature. It's said that its breath is like a poison fire almost. Well, Tammy saw this creature and he knew that if he turned and ran, he wouldn't stand a chance, so he just put his faith in showing no fear and kept going. He went to walk round it. The thing reached for him as he did. And he made a move and splashed into the loch. When the fresh water hit the Nakelavee, it reared up in pain. Not a fan of fresh water. It's an ocean creature. And at its bellow of outrage and pain, Tammy just legged it, absolutely went for it. He could feel the Nakelavee's hot breath behind him as he ran. And in front of him, he saw a freshwater offlet from the loch down to the sea. He knew that if he could cross that, he'd be safe. Nakelavee wouldn't cross fresh water. He got there, and he leapt as hard as he could. He felt the fingers of the Nakelavee brush him, actually snatched the hat from his head as he leapt. And he fell on the other side of this freshwater inlet. He rolled over and he looked. You could see the Nakelavee rearing and bellowing in outrage at being unable to cross the water just before he passed out. It's a brief story of the Nakelavee there. It's a creature from Orkney folklore. It's my favourite one. I just think it's so horrible and so weird. Absolutely fantastic. So, not so much. Well, there'll be a lot more of that kind of thing this week with the stories I've recorded. So, again, as always, I hope you enjoy them. I hope you're enjoying the channel. If you are, please leave a comment, give it a share, subscribe. The usual YouTube stuff, and look after yourselves. So I'll be putting this up later on today or tomorrow, and then there'll be the stories during the week. Take care. See you all later.